with the weekend show on Chat and Spin Radio. You're listening to chatandspinradio.com.
And the time now on Chat and Spin Radio in the UK is 11:45 p.m. We are running 10 minutes late, so Alexi Bracey in Toronto, Canada, you will be contacted, but it will be 10 minutes late. And we've got our next guest. Who's calling and where are you calling from?
Howdy, my name is Chris Mullen. I'm calling from Richmond, Texas in the USA.
Now, Chris, you're a book author, amongst other things.
Yes,
so just tell me about the book that you want to mention tonight.
Absolutely. My book is called Rowdy, Wild and Mean, Sharp and Keen. It's a Western adventure novel that follows this young boy's journey down the Mississippi and across the Old West as he fights river pirates and renegade Indians, but most importantly, the iniquitous Patrick Byrne. This is a bad dude rancher in Dodge City that he has a confrontation with over a horse. It's the same horse that changes Rowdy's life, which leads him to flee. He gets to Lincoln, New Mexico, but he's been tracked by this bad dude rancher and is having to take a final stand for himself. The book is it's a very much young adult to adult story, but it has a good lesson in that we need to be responsible for our actions. One of the questions that Rowdy has pondering throughout the story is: a man acts like one because he has to. A boy acts like one when he wants to. What are you? These are the words of his dead father, and they reverberate in his memory. And he's trying to live up to these standards that his father put for him. So, in my message to readers, it's about taking responsibility for your actions, especially the youth of today. Let's stand up for ourselves. Let's do the right thing. Let's be responsible for ourselves, and that's really where the story came from. I was a teacher for 23 years, and this was born out of my classroom. It was actually originated in 2001, and over years and years and years, I have told the story to my pre-K and kindergarten kids, and after about 10 years, I felt it was time to finally put it down on paper. It took another 8 years or so to get the story finished, because in my mind, I was a dad first, I was a teacher second, and the writing part, I had to find time to do that when I could. But now my kids are grown. The story's out since last April in 2020, and we are moving full ahead to promote Rowdy, Wild and Mean, Sharp and Keen throughout Texas, the United States, and hopefully the world.
And if people want to read a book or even look at a picture book, well, that is a form of escapism, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. If you can read a story and dive into that story, you can literally become part of that world within your imagination. If you can see yourself as the main character, or as any character in the story for that matter, it's a great escape into an adventure that all you have to do to be safe is close the book. But hopefully the words that we have printed on those pages will capture the reader's imagination, and they won't want to do anything but turn to the next page.
Right. Now, is there anything else you want to tell us?
You know what? Rowdy is my first of a trilogy of stories. We've got book 2 that is being finished up right now. Hopefully will be available by the summer, and then book 3 to follow. Book 2 is going to be actually left in a cliffhanger that you're going to want book 3 quicker than probably some people will have the opportunity to get. But so that those things are in the works, and I'm thrilled to be doing this job right now and following the dream of being a writer.
Right, okay, well, Chris, well, thank you very much for that. How long is it since you wrote this book, the one that you're talking about?
Well, this Rowdy book, the Rowdy character has been in development for almost 20 years. This Wild and Mean, Sharp and Keen was written specifically over about the last 7 or 8 years. But the whole idea behind this character was to have kind of a hero, I guess, of sorts that my kids could look up to, where he wasn't vulgar, where he made good choices, where he was responsible, where he latched onto people that he knew he could trust. And so I wanted this character that could be somebody they could look up to. Maybe he makes bad decisions or poor decisions from time to time, but it's what he learns from those decisions that are the important thing. And so those were a lot of the inspirations behind this story, and more stories to come. I'm in development talks right now for a children's side of this called Rowdy's Campfire Stories. But that's I might be putting the cart before the horse on that one, but it's something we're pretty excited about.
Okay, so that book's available, the one that you've just been mentioning, through Amazon.
Absolutely.
And various other places. People
Yeah.
want to contact you, just repeat that.
Yeah, Rowdy, Wild and Mean, Sharp and Keen is available now on Amazon. It's also available on Barnes & Noble. If you want an instant download, it is also available via Kindle on Amazon.
Okay then. Chris, well, thank you very much for coming on, and the very best of luck with the books, and I'm sure you've got many more books to come yet.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to spread the word about Rowdy.
Okay, thanks very much then, Chris, and Chris Mullen on the line from Texas.